Hey ladies, good morning. How are y'all doing?
Great.
Awesome. 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 We've got about 20 ladies signed up, so I'm going to give it just a couple of minutes to get started. I do want to make sure that you have your guidebooks, your electronic guidebooks available. And Brandy, I've got your hard copy oh, you got it.
I just printed them. I had asked Card if we were going to get a download for it, and he said he would send it, and I was like, and then so when it came yesterday, I just printed them. So yeah, don't mail that.
Okay.
But Angie, I'm confused. I got a 60-day and a 30-day. So which one
Yeah.
should I dive into?
I'm going to explain here in just
Oh,
a moment
okay.
so you'll
Okay.
understand. Yeah.
Got
I
it.
mean, and the truth is that we've kind of we've played in both of them, and we're really going to follow the 60-day plan, but there's some valuable stuff that you can get out of the 30-day guidebook. So,
Got it. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I printed them both. So I was like, oh,
very good. Well, hello, hello, Catherine. Good to see you. Yay. Then we've got Pamela. Hey, Pam. We've got
Morning.
Cookie. Good morning, Cookie.
Good morning.
Good to see you. All right. And then of course, we got Irma Riddick, who I love how Irma breaks the silence. She comes in and she says, "Good morning." Oh, love you, lady. All right. We've got Michelle Callan in the house.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's 7 a.m. here in Evansville, so bright and early.
Yay. All right. We got Carol Cox. Hello, Carol. Good morning. Good morning. And then we've got Amanda Gleason. So, ladies, thank you for being here. This is our pre-challenge reception. This is a great way to get started on the detox successfully. So, I'm going to give you some information that will help you to be successful. I'm going to give you some instruction on how to go through this detox, and we will get into the guidebook. So you will notice that if on your calendar invite that you actually got two, you've got the 30-day and the 60-day. So I'm going to walk through that here in just a moment. But before we jump into all of that, I'd like to just do a quick go around and find out from each of you. So I know most of you, but where are you from and what made you do the detox? So we're going to start with Brandy.
I'm from Indianapolis, and hmm, I just am struggling with staying. I'm like a yo-yo, and I gain 10, lose 10, gain 20, lose 10, and I just yo-yo, and I'd like to gain some better habits and patterns
Okay.
to stay consistent as I'm about to turn. I'm getting closer to 50.
Hey, I'm on the other side of that. It's okay over here.
I'm not quite ready to join you yet, Angie. Okay, I'm working on it. I got about a year and a half. So,
Okay. All right. You got time. All right. So how about Cookie?
Good morning. I am from Augusta, Georgia.
All
I
right.
am Irma Riddick's first cousin, and she and I have been talking about it. She has done an amazing job, and I said, help me, because I need to lose the weight. I need to uh, become more healthy, and avoid some of the family illness that runs in my family, our family. So that's why I'm here. And so I'm hoping for success.
That's awesome. And you're definitely in the right place. Irma is a great role model.
Yes,
She's lost quite a bit. And
yes.
a lot of the ladies who have been in the group, their whole blood work has changed as they've walked through that. And we've heard testimony after testimony of A1C numbers going down, right?
Mhm.
Cholesterol going down, all of those things. And so those are just wonderful side effects. So I'm glad you're here
Thank
and
you.
you're going to be very well supported in this group.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, Catherine.
Yes. Good morning, ladies. I decided to do the detox because I love the detox. I've done it. I've been doing the Fit and Focus program for at least 2 years, and I know how beneficial it is to detox our body. You know, every so often, I've gained a lot of benefits from detoxing and following the Fit and Focus program. Like Angie said, I just went to the doctor the other day. My BMI is exactly where it should be. And I said, oh my gosh, I said, I've not heard that very often in my lifetime, probably never. So there's so many health benefits to it. And just to encourage you, Brandy, I'm on the other side of 50 as well. And the 50s are great. When we focus on our health, 50s are no big deal. I'm loving it. So, but anyway, it's really important to our health to remain on a good, consistent eating pattern and so forth. So that's why I keep coming back.
Yeah, and Catherine is one of our mentors in the group. So she mentors and coaches, as well as Irma Riddick. So we're going to go on to Irma. Irma, will you be willing to share?
Not really, but if I must.
You're so funny.
So good morning, ladies, and welcome. Yes, me and Catherine's been on the journey together. And you guys are on the age side of 50. I'm on the weight side of 50. I'm on the age of 60. So get there, ladies, and it's going to be awesome. But I initially joined because I was going to Greece and I didn't want fat pictures, right? But I have gained so much since then, and I've lost 50 pounds, 50 plus pounds, and really there's a whole lot of family health issues that I'm trying to break. So I started with the doctor saying I was insulin, becoming insulin resistant, and I'm like, no, not going to do that. And now my blood work and everything is great. I had back surgery about 2 months ago. In the healing process, the doctor was amazed at how you can't even tell where the incisions are. So there is a lot of health benefits, and ladies, just stick with it and we'll get there together. Thanks.
All right. And Irma, what part of the country are you from?
South Carolina.
All right. Carolina girl.
Yep, Carolina girl, Gamecocks. I'm in Somerville, but that's near Charleston.
Very good. All right. So let's hear from Pamela. Where are you from and what made you do the detox?
Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm listening while I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana, Pamela Perkins, but I'm actually down in my Jackson, Tennessee office for the week, working. I do insurance. I'm over the age of 60 as well, which is a good thing. So yes, when you get here, ladies, it's all worth it. Don't get scared. But I started in January. And I want to say, just in this period of time, all my numbers, I had several labs done, and all my numbers are in the green, and they haven't been there in a while. Cholesterol, everything. And also my A1C. The doctor said I'm down to 5.7, And he said, I have not been there in 3 years. So he said, whatever you're doing, keep it up. So that's why I'm, doing it again. So I do have to get my BMI down. That's another thing. I do have a knee concern, considering having a knee replacement, but the doctor says I have to get my BMI down before I can do that. So that's why I'm trying to stick with it. It's a struggle for me, I just want to admit, but I still need the accountability. So, because I yo-yo, I lost about 10 or so pounds, but I'm picking it right back. I'm seeing myself picking the, pounds back up. So I'm like, no, I got to stick with it. So I'm doing it more so right now for accountability. I need y'all to pray with me and work with me on trying to get my weight down to where it needs to be. So thank you.
We are absolutely with you, Pam, and just really proud of the progress that you have made, that you've stuck it out. And we're going to see more great things. And I love the doctor's report that you got. All right. So Michelle Callan.
Hello. I'm from the Indianapolis area right now on location. Makes it sound like I'm making a movie, but on location, doing some HR work in Evansville, Indiana right now. And I just turned 60 a couple weeks ago, so I've joined the Welcome to the 60s crowd. I yo-yo. I am a huge emotional eater. And so I also yo-yo a lot, lost quite a bit of weight for my daughter's wedding. And then after the wedding, it was like, okay, done. And yeah, so I yo-yo and emotional eat. And so trying to get that back under control because I don't want to buy clothes. And I'm just about at that point that I'm going to have to go buy a new wardrobe. And I don't really want to do that. So that's why I'm here.
Right. Thanks, Michelle. All right. Amanda Gleason's in the house.
Hello. I
Hey.
hail from the VIP center right here with Angie, just right above her. So I also have done Fit and Focused since about 2020, off and on. And I just really like how I feel when I'm on the plan, from a energy and a clarity perspective, my mind. And so I decided to get back on the plan for those reasons, and also yo-yo quite a bit, and was at the point that Michelle was at, like, I'm gonna have to buy some new jeans because these are just too tight, and I don't want to do that. So I'm just happy to be here with all you ladies and going through this process again, and hopefully it sticks. I think each time I do it, I just pick up new habits, and it's a process. It certainly is a process.
All right. Thank you, Amanda. Okay, so Carol, where are you from and what made you do the detox?
I am from Maryland. I'm an original military brat, and I am, joining Detox to keep the roll going. Starting to come down, and that right now. So I wanted to join.
So you sort of cut out, but here's what I would say. Carol has been doing Fit and Focus with us and has been dropping pounds, feeling better, sticking with it, and is definitely a trooper and is on a good trajectory. So thank you, Carol. All right. Nkeshi, where are you from and what made you do the detox?
Good morning, everyone. I live in Atlanta. That's what I say. I'm from New York, but I live in Atlanta. I'm back. I would say I've for the last year, I've actually lost about 25 pounds just from, doing diet and exercise, but it's just kind of maintaining. Like I've kind of plateaued, not kind of, I have. And then I also entered into a new decade earlier this year. And so I just want to push myself a little bit more. And I understand, I really appreciated when I joined at the end of last year because, first of all, my skin felt different. Other people around me could tell the change, but I think just that support and just realizing that, you know, weight loss and body image, it could be emotional. And I think we talked a lot about the emotional aspect too. So that's why I'm here, just to get that support and get that push to get out this plateau that I've been in. So.
All right, you're in the right place for sure. All right, Pamela Robbins, where are you from and why are you doing the detox?
Hi, I am 3 years out from my first time and never really stopped the journey in 3 years, but I'm a recent cancer survivor, so I am looking forward to dropping the weight that I picked up again along that road last year. So I did it before, I can do it again. I want to feel better. That was my big, I wanted to live longer. I did not want to live in the pain that I was in. I'm currently in some pain and looking forward to getting out of the pain and meeting with my hematologist oncologist today to talk about some things at 9 o'clock. So I'd appreciate your prayers.
All right, Pam. Pam is another one that's been a trooper, had done a fantastic job of dropping the weight and then got the cancer diagnosis, which put her into a whole nother world. And so she is making a comeback. And so we support you, Pam.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
thank you, ladies, for sharing. I wanted you to hear that, and I wanted you to be able to connect with the other ladies and understand that you're not alone in this journey. And a lot of times we try to do things on our own, and when we do, we might be successful for a little bit, but for most of us, we need community in order to really make progress and get that encouragement that we need to move towards our goals. So the beautiful thing about this detox, it is exceptionally effective for women who are 40 and over. And our bodies, there's something crazy that happens when we turn 40. And I just have to say that, you know, back in the day, I did fitness training. I was in Iraq and I was in the best shape of my life. While I was over there working as a defense contractor, I worked with the military and helped them in bodybuilding, figure fitness. We actually started the first bodybuilding and figure fitness competition in the military over in Iraq. And it was just, I was like at the top of my health. I had never felt healthier. Well, while I was over there, I unexpectedly met my future husband, Aaron Nuttall, and he didn't have children. So, hey, guess what? I got unfixed and had a baby at 40, and my body just kind of went, it fell apart. I got heavier than I had ever been. I was under a lot of emotional stress. At the height of my corporate career, you know, I had been in corporate for 20 years. A lot of stressful situations, especially being in an executive leadership position. And my body just fell apart. And I was not just that, but I was close to insulin resistant. And I woke up one day and just said, enough of this. I cannot continue on like this. I just can't even stand myself. And so I went on a journey to get it figured out. The things that I started with what I knew. I started with, you know, the high protein, low carb kind of diet. That's what always got me through in my 20s and 30s. That kept me fit. But for some reason, it was not working. And so I'm a researcher. And so I did a ton of research and tried all of these different things. Well, it's like I unlocked the secret. It was pretty miraculous. And once I unlocked the secret to dropping these pounds and getting the mental clarity and getting my energy back, there was no stopping me. And so the plan, the whole program that I have that I'm sharing with you, this is that program. What I also have found that every person is a little bit different. In general, our bodies are are going to respond very similarly, but there are little tweaks that each of us has to do. So even though we're starting off the detox following the plan, all of us following the plan, as you move through 60 days of this plan, that's where we start to branch off and we start to see different things. And so this isn't just very community oriented, but it is very customized and individualized as we go further into the 60 days. But so right now we're just focusing on the 30 days. So most of you signed up for the 30 days. You will have the option to keep going if you want, if you like what's happening. And so we'll deal with that later on. But so you all mentioned some things that are important to note, and these are things that happen in this detox. First of all, you're going to find that in the first 5 days, you're going to start to feel the mental clarity. All of a sudden, the fog that you've been experiencing in your mind, if you've been experiencing that, it's going to start clearing away, and it's going to feel miraculous, quite honestly. And that's no exaggeration. Those of us who have been through it, you know it, and that's why you keep coming back. You're also going to notice that you are dropping pounds. Now, this is some women, they just start dropping right away. I mean, I would say that probably about 75% of women that go through that, you know, after you've gone through the first 24 hours, 48 hours, you see your weight coming off on the scales. Some, smaller percentage of ladies, you might not move on the scales the first few days, and then suddenly you drop 3 to 5 pounds. So some of you, your body's hanging on to it a little bit tighter, right? And there are reasons for that. We'll talk about that on another day. But you're also going to notice that your energy changes. With the food that we're putting in our body, your energy level is going to change. For me, I have to be careful because my energy goes up so high that I'm sitting up at night just kind of looking around, like, okay, I'm ready to go to bed now. I don't know what to do with this energy. So some of us will get an overabundance of energy. Others of us, we're just going to level out. We're going to come out from the exhaustion stage and we're going to feel leveled out. So those are some great things to look forward to. Also, Nkeshi talked about your skin. With this plan, you're going to notice a change in your skin. Usually around day 3 or 4, remember, we're detoxing. So whatever's inside has to come out, and it comes out in all ways. And so sometimes you might see like a little bit of an irritation on your skin or behind your ear, because the toxins are coming back out of your body. That is a temporary thing. It doesn't happen to everybody, but sometimes it happens to me. Usually what happens is I get a little irritation right by my nose, and it tells me, hey, toxins are getting worked out of your body right now. It's a great thing. You'll also notice that eating on this plan, that if you are in pain, the pain tends to subside substantially. That when you're eating on plan, those aches and pains that you have, they start to go away, and it's wonderful. When you're not eating on plan because your bones and your joints start to ache again. And those of us who have been on this, we have felt that. So lots of things to work on and lots of things to look forward to. And all the while, we're going to be working on the emotional part about this. We're going to be working on our relationship with food. You'll hear Catherine and Irma, they're going to be involved in the 30-day challenge. So some days they'll be leading and they're going to be working on that emotional aspect with you as well as I will. So let's get down to some logistics so that you know where to go and what to do and how to be ready, because tomorrow is day 1. Today, I want you to eat whatever you want. As a matter of fact, I want you, anything that you've been thinking about, I don't want you to hold back. I mean, if you've been thinking about pancakes, have them for dinner. If you've been thinking about a big bowl of spaghetti and macaroni and cheese, go ahead. Today is what we call a carb load day. And tomorrow we will actually start the detox. And I want to make sure that you are prepared. So the way that you prepare is you just go ahead and get your food ready for the next couple of days, just to get you through the next couple of days until you can do some more shopping, okay? And we've got some food plans in the books. So I want to introduce you. I'm going to share my screen. Let's see here. So I mentioned earlier when we started that we are going to, hold on just a second here. We are going to be following the plan, the cycle, the 60-day cycle, okay? And so what I want you to see in here, I want you to read through this. You'll see here at the beginning that we've got some reflective questions for you to ask yourself, to do a little bit of reflection, and we will take some time to talk about these things throughout the 30-day cycle. You're going to see that we have phases of the plan. Since we're doing the first 30 days here, we're going to go through what we call first 11, next 12, and we're going to get started on fat-free. So you're actually going through the first 3 of the 5 phases of this 60-day plan. So even if you decide not to continue on with us at the end of 30 days, you can keep following this plan and try to do it on your own. So when I say that you want to be prepared to start tomorrow, day 1, that means that we have a plan that we follow. And I have some suggested meal plans here, but here's the important need to know information. So during this first phase, the first 11, the actual detox phase, this page right here, it includes everything that you can have. And now there's an order to this. There's a methodology to this. It doesn't mean that you just eat this stuff whenever and mix it all up. One of the keys to success is keeping everything very simple. We don't want to make complexity with our food, and that means adding a bunch of these things together. So just so you know that in terms of what you'll be able to have, you have everything that's on this fruit list. If it's not on this list, then we don't have it right now. And that doesn't mean that you can't ever have it. It just means that right now we are disciplining ourselves to only choose foods from this list. So for fruit, you can have apples, blackberries, blueberries, cantaloupe, cherries, grapefruit, honeydew, oranges, peaches, strawberries. Okay, so that's the fruit list that you can pick from each day. Vegetable list, you can have asparagus, bamboo shoots, beet greens, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, cauliflower, and you can read for this: green beans, celery, spinach. And then we've got our meat list. So these are lean white proteins only. And so it includes everything on this list. We've got grouper, shrimp, you have lobster, tilapia, you have chicken breast, albacore tuna, lean white turkey. You can have veal. So anything that's on this meat list. All right. So the way that we eat on the plan is you have 4 meal times a day. Ideally 3 hours apart. Timing is important. So you generally want to eat around the same time each day. And in terms of the food, let's go ahead and go to the sample meal plan here, okay? So these are your 4 times a day. This is an example of, it's a very simple meal plan. So let's say 9 a.m., you're going to have an apple. We don't want to mix fruits. So that means like if you choose to have something else, let's say that you want to have blueberries, for example, don't mix it with any other fruit. It's just the blueberries. Keep it simple. Don't make it complex by adding more foods. Your fruit is going to be the same each day. So if you have an apple in the morning, you're going to have the apple in the afternoon for your afternoon snack. The meals are the same each day. Every day is an entity unto itself. So like you can have grilled chicken and green beans for lunch. You want to have grilled chicken and green beans for dinner. Now the next day you can have a different one. You could have albacore tuna and spinach leaves, but it's just got to be the same meal for the 2 of your 4 meal plans. Okay. So even if you were to just follow this exactly, you would be fine. Now, I want to tell you about portion size because that is important. Following the 60-day plan, your portion size for your protein needs it to be about the size of your hand. So that's generally around 5 ounces of meat. All right. You don't necessarily have to weigh it for this plan. So the size of your hand, and then vegetables don't go over 2 cups. So you can have up to 2 cups of vegetables. So for grilled chicken, you'd have a grilled chicken breast about the size of your hand, and green beans, you'd have 2 cups. All right. And then, so that would be your first meal. You could pick any of these sample meal plans that you want. Now, if you are really wanting to be aggressive and you recognize that you have some significant weight to drop and you want to get on that, then the 30-day plan has an alternative for you. So if you look in this, you'll see here, phase 1 for 10 to 20 pound goal. This is a different kind of eating. So if you're wanting to be in this bucket, this plan, it's going to be challenging. I'll tell you, you're not going to be starving. You might feel like you are because you're used to eating a lot more than you actually really need. But if you want to be real aggressive, your protein needs to be measured, and it needs to be 3.5 ounces before cooking. And it's got to be 3.5 ounces every time. The rest of your meal is pretty much the same, except for you want to supplement that meal with a grissini breadstick or 3 mini Melba toast. They're like the little crackers that come in like Simple Meals box, or the grissinis. You can get those in the Italian section at the Kroger. They're like these long, thin little breadsticks, and they're like a big pretzel is basically what they're like. So you would have one of those with each of your lunch and your dinner meal. So I want you to look over this. If you want to be really aggressive, then this would be the plan that you use. And so that's why I've given you both guidebooks so that you can look and you can make an informed decision on what kind of meal plan you're going to have. Okay, I want to check chat. Brandy says, can the fruits be blended into a smoothie versus eating? Yes, but the way that you do that, you would want to have your fruit, ice, and water. You could add a Truvia or a stevia packet if you needed to sweeten it up, but you want to limit those. You don't want to use any other sweeteners like Equal or any of those, the pink packets or the yellow packets. The only sweetener that we can have on this plan is stevia. And I like Truvia because it doesn't leave a really bad aftertaste. All right. Just want to check in see if anybody else has a question so far. Let me stop sharing so I can take a look. Anybody have a quick question? Catherine.
I just want to say that I'll take a picture of the box of the Grassinis for everybody, put it out on our Facebook page. But I want to caution you on the types of Grassinis that are in the store. You have to pay attention closely to the box because some of them say it has certain herbs and spices. When we're doing detox, you want to get the most plain Grassini they offer. So, but anyway, just to be helpful, I'll put that out, a picture of the box on the Facebook page for you.
Yeah. Strongly encourage you to read the guidebook and around the foods, because there are some conditions around those foods. And that includes the fact that during the detox phase, the first 11, we're only doing salt and pepper. So you don't want to add extra herbs. You don't want to, like, I mean, some of you might be used to having garlic and all of that on your plan, but we're simplifying. And so we're only doing salt and pepper. In terms of what you're drinking, you want to stick with water. You want to get water in. Ideally, you would be drinking water before and after your meal times. We'll talk a little bit more about that tomorrow. But the key for today is to just go ahead and get your food for the next couple of days so that you can get through so we can all start on plan together. And then we'll hash out all of the nuances that are important for you to know. So for example, today you might run to the store and you might get some apples just to get you through to tomorrow and the next day. You might pick up some grilled chicken, and you might pick up some Brussels sprouts, for example. And you might say, okay, for the next couple of days, this is what I'm going to eat. You can eat the same thing every day if you want. Most people get bored of that, but you just want to get enough food for the next couple of days. Okay, so I see I'm already 8 minutes over. I do want to say that the first 5 days, they're the most challenging, but they're also the most rewarding. So when you get up tomorrow, I want you to get on the scales and weigh yourself. We're going to start tracking our progress. You will notice in your guidebook that you do have some assessment pages, and this is what they look like. This is day 1 assessment page. This is a great place to keep track of what you're eating, what you're drinking. And you can also just over in the corner over here in this space, just go ahead and write down what your weight is. I promise you that if you follow this plan, you're going to start seeing results immediately. All right. Any comments or questions from anybody? Hey, Tamara.
Hey, how are you?
Good. All right, so we are going to kick off day 1 tomorrow at 8 a.m. and we're going to get more detailed about the plan. We're going to work on some meal plans, and we're also going to talk about the fear of being hungry and how it gets in the way of us being successful. So we're going to knock that out. All right, ladies. Lord, I pray over these women. I pray that you give them the strength to walk through this 30-day challenge. Lord, help us to submit ourselves to you, to resist the enemy, the tempter, the temptation. And Lord, I thank you that when we do that, that temptation is going to flee from us. We're determined to be healthy for you. Give us the strength and the resolve to do it. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, ladies,
Amen.
a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow, 8 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 Central.
Thank
See you
you.
later, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.